Namaste. We very often experience spinal pain in a spiritual or Kundalini awakening process. Today, I'll be discussing the reasons as to why we experience this pain and what is happening in our body when we are undergoing this pain. Before we can delve into why we experience spinal pain in a Kundalini awakening process, we need to understand a subtle body and understand what is happening within our body during a spiritual or Kundalini awakening. All are aware that Kundalini lies sleeping or dormant at the base of the spine. And when she wakes up, she moves through the spine, that is the Sushumna Nadi. She moves through the central channel and she tries to reach the Sahasrara Chakra, that is the thousand petal lotus. That is her destination. To reach the Sahasrara Chakra, Kundalini tries its best, trying to remove any blockages that are there in the path. It tries to elevate its status. It tries to change its abode to the higher chakras. When it is actively working in our body, the cleansing and purging process, it is quite painful, and spinal pain is one of those symptoms that one experiences in a Kundalini awakening process. The Kundalini as prana, that is chi, or the pranic force, it starts first moving through the spine, the subtle path that is there in the spine, that is a Sushumna Nadi. This is not the gross spinal cord that is in the physical body. Rather, I'm referring to the subtle nadis or subtle channels that are there in the subtle body. She tries to move up through these channels, removing every possible debris, every possible blockage. An average person has many lifetimes of karma. So this karmic baggage becomes a blockage. Apart from that, our own ideas, thoughts, opinions, beliefs, practices, behaviors, attitudes, they form psychic baggage within our body. Kundalini has to move through all this baggage to reach the Sahasrara Chakra. And when it is doing this constantly with its full force, it can be very painful for a person who's undergoing the process, and this pain can last for many years. In my case, I went through this severe back pain for about 8 to 9 years in my Kundalini awakening journey. My entire back was swollen, muscles were swollen. I had a lot of inflammation. All this because the prana was trying to push through the nadis in my spine and move upwards. This can be very painful. Sometimes it can be as painful as small, tiny shards of glass uh, cutting through your inner area of your spine, or there can be prolonged pain in one area of the spine for many years together without any reprieve. After about 8 to 9 years, in my case, the pain started subsiding. This was when Kundalini moved through my body and moved into my brain area. That is when I really came out of that intense back pain. Even to this day, my spine does hurt, but it is very bearable and it is not much. And on few days, I don't feel that pain at all. So, experiencing this pain is part of the process. The pain one experiences in a Kundalini awakening process helps that person to grow and evolve. It is only when we see through all that pain that we can understand how much we have evolved. So, pain is inevitable part of the process. As long as we are not in resistance with the pain, we are working along with it. Pain will still persist, but When we have the knowledge as to why we are undergoing this pain and how it is changing us, we will only have gratitude for that pain. So, this pain is good. The many spinal symptoms one experiences in a Kundalini awakening process are given here in the slide. First one is feeling lot of pain in the spine. As I said earlier, the prana is trying to push up through the spine. When it is trying to push up, even especially where there are grandhis or knots, we have three knots across the spine, that is the Brahma Grandhi at the Muladhara Chakra, the Vishnu Grandhi at the region between the stomach chakra and the heart chakra, and then we have the Rudra Grandhi in the Agya Chakra. When Kundalini is trying to work its way through these knots, also it can be very painful. So, what do we do when we experience pain? The best way to deal with this situation is that you have to understand what ideas within you, what attitude or what beliefs within you are causing this pain. So, this time you feel any pain in your spine, try to focus on what your mind is thinking. If you're caught up in a particular idea or a belief which is of the lower egoic quality in nature, this can become a blockage for the rising Kundalini prana. So, look at what you are thinking. Sometimes we hold certain dysfunctional ideas or beliefs about some matters related to some chakras. For example, if you are experiencing a lot of pain in the solar plexus or the Manipura chakra, this could be because you are holding a lot of dysfunctional ideas or beliefs about food. Maybe you're eating the wrong food. Maybe you are holding certain judgments against certain types of foods, or it can be about your inability to express power or your inability to face situations where you are powerless. Lot of inner ideas which are dysfunctional in nature, they lead to certain types of behaviors. So when Kundalini is cleansing away these ideas from the Manipura chakra, it has to work very hard, very deep, because the psychic baggage, it is there through many layers. It has to clear away all those layers. When this is happening, you can experience prolonged pain at one chakra point or at one point on the spinal cord. How you are sitting, sometimes even bad posture can cause the pain. Are you resisting or are you fearing the process? That can also cause additional pain. Wrong thoughts, not learning from the pain. If we can step back from the pain and watch our thoughts, our ideas, look at our experiences as a third person, we will understand that there is a lot to learn from it. When we are not in the learning mode, rather we are in the mood where we want to cry over it or where we are fretting or angry over it, that is what causes additional resistance within our system. Apart from that, we have the karmic baggage of many lifetimes that is there in our psychic channels that has to get cleared. We should not add more to the already existing karmic baggage. The faster you learn, the faster you are able to get rid of dysfunctional ideas, thoughts, beliefs, unnecessary wrongful attitudes, the different judgments that we hold. When we are able to look within and clear ourselves of all this unnecessary psychological drama that we create, and if we are able to stay away from drama in life, we are not resisting the pain, then the pain in the spine is still there, but it is more bearable. And we are in acceptance of the pain rather than complaining about it. The second symptom is that the spine starts moving automatically. That is, especially when somebody is in meditative state or when they are just relaxing, they can feel that their spine is moving. This can be felt even at the initial stages of a Kundalini awakening process. The reason this happens is that the Kundalini is trying to move through our spine to reach the Sahasrara chakra. But the spine is fixed because of the many lifetimes of personality structures, our ego structures, our memories, our dysfunctional ideas, thoughts, karmic baggage, everything. It creates a fixed structure within our body. When Kundalini is rising up, it is trying to clear away these fixed structures. It is trying to loosen up your muscles, your psychic channels, the entire functioning of your body is being changed. Our spine is connected to many different nerves, muscles, blood vessels. It is a central part of the body. Much of our personality is stored within and around the spine and even other areas of the body, but the personality which has evolved over many lifetimes. I made a series on how the personality evolves over many lifetimes, how we come out of the lower animalistic nature to some extent and take on a personality, and then how this personality helps us to evolve to a certain point, how our ego works based on our personality, how Maya keeps us trapped in this matrix based on our personality. I made a series on all these things. I'll post a link to that playlist. Please watch it. You will understand what I'm talking even better. This personality, it gets ingrained in every cell of our body. So when Kundalini Prana is rising and moving upwards, it is trying to clear away the personality or that fixed structures in our body, because until and unless that gets cleared away, we will not open up. Our psychic system or our mind body will not open up for the higher spiritual energy to descend into it. That is why the spine is moving. When the spine is moving, it is loosening these fixed structures that are there around the spine. And when these fixed structures are getting removed as the prana is moving upwards through the spine, and when the prana activity is happening in various parts of the body, the more the karmic baggage gets cleared, the more the spine loosens and it is able to move. In a normal person's body, that is somebody who has not had a Kundalini awakening, the spinal alignment is not favorable for the Kundalini rising. When the Kundalini, which is there at the base of the spine, wakes up, she changes the alignment of the spine to some degrees, few degrees. When the spine comes into perfect alignment, that is when the Kundalini uncoils and starts moving up the spine. So, for two reasons, the spine starts moving in meditation. One is to loosen up the fixed structures in the body so that the personality gets released. And the second thing is that the spinal alignment changes slightly to favor the rising of the Kundalini through it so that it can reach the brain. The third symptom is that we can experience pain at the chakra points. Even before the Kundalini can rise and move up the spinal cord, the Ida and Pingala Nadi activate first. The Ida Nadi starts on the left hand side of the spine. It crisscrosses over the spine and it reaches the Agya Chakra. The Pingala Nadi, it starts at the right side of the spine. It crisscrosses over the spine and meets the Ida Nadi at the Agya Chakra area. So these two nadis, that is Ida and Pingala, they rise up like twin snakes and they meet at 6 points on the spinal cord. These six intersection points are the points where the chakras are formed. Before there can be a strong force of or strong flow of energy going through these two Ida and Pingala nadis. Generally, there is at initial stages a light flow of energy moving through these two channels. When there is intermittent light flow of the energy through Ida and Pingala nadi, you can feel the chakra points spinning, at least temporarily. We can even feel that area being painful, sensitive. The reason for it is the chakra points are the junction where nadis that go to other parts of the body emanate. That is, these are the sub channels. These sub channels, they are moving to other areas of the body. So this is actually a very sensitive spot because lot of psychic channels are meeting here. Blockage can be felt more in this area, especially the Manipura chakra and the Vishuddha chakra. These two areas are even more sensitive because if you look at the picture here, you can see that many nadis are emanating from the Vishuddha chakra and from the Manipura chakra. In my case, my Vishuddha chakra troubled me a lot for over 10 years. I had severe pain in my neck because the rising Kundalini was trying to clear away the blockages in the Vishuddha chakra. It took me extra long time to clear the Vishuddha chakra. So these are some sensitive areas where you can feel prolonged pain for many years together. Another reason why you can have pain is that, especially in some specific areas on the spine, is maybe you had some injuries in the past. When that area is getting healed, you will again relive that pain. And as long as the work is happening on that area is healing, you will experience pain, prolonged pain in that area. Sometimes what happens is that we have some injuries that come from a past lifetimes. Maybe we were fighting a war, maybe we got pierced by a sword, or maybe we had a major injury on our spine. It can be even 3 4 lifetimes ago. But when Kundalini is clearing the psychic channels, even the past lifetime pain comes to surface and we have to experience it. So you may experience prolonged pain in one part of the spinal cord because Kundalini is trying to clear away the psychic material that is there, which is connected to a severe injury that happened to your spine maybe 3 lifetimes ago. So we have to understand that any pain that we feel across the spine, which is very prolonged, which is very painful, we have to understand that Kundalini is trying its best to clear away the psychic debris. And instead of being in resistance to the pain, if we can accept the pain, it makes the journey much easier because our own inner resistance can create an additional blockage. But when we allow this pain, we understand that pain, and we know it is healing us from inside. When we are no longer in resistance, it is easier for Kundalini to move through that area and heal you. The other symptom is feeling hot or feeling cold in some areas of the spine. As I said earlier, the Ida and Pingala Nadi, they get activated even before the central Sushumna channel gets activated. The Ida Nadi is a cool Nadi. The Pingala Nadi is a hot Nadi. When these Nadis start functioning lightly, you will start experiencing variation in temperatures in certain chakra areas. Some chakra areas may feel cold to you, some may feel hot to you, based on what activity is happening within the chakra. This is at the initial level. At the advanced level, the heat one experiences of the spine or the coldness or the shivers one experiences, that is of a different nature. But here at the initial levels especially, it is because of these varying activities of the Ida and Pingala Nadi. Sometimes we can feel stiffness in our spine. That is, we cannot bend down to pick up anything on the floor. The spine feels like a rod, a straight rod, and trying to bend it can cause pain. In such situations, please work along with the energy. The energy is trying to clear some pathway within the spine. Please take the support of a wall, sit straight, keep your spine erect, or sleep in a position that keeps your spine erect, or stand straight. Let the energy move through that area, work through that area. After a while, you will notice that the stiffness is gone. Certain phases of the cleansing process, the spine can get stiff. Then, in a top down awakening and even in a Kundalini awakening, some phases of the Kundalini awakening process, we can feel lot of heat at the pelvic bowl and the spinal area. The reason is that there's a lot of mitochondria along this area. The energy that we get from the food we eat, it may not be sufficient enough for the process to happen. When this mitochondria in our body is working to create a second source of energy supply in our body, we will feel lot of heat, especially in the pelvic bowl and around the spinal area, because this is where most of the mitochondria is present when we talk in terms of the spinal region. This heat can be there for many years. Generally, in the early years of Kundalini awakening process, we experience extreme heat in the body, every part of the body. But this heat, it goes away once Kundalini crosses the Manipura chakra or the stomach chakra. But this spinal heat, which I'm talking about, which is related to the mitochondria, this will still be there. And on few days, you will see that your spine is turning very hot. Other days, it is normal. So this is because of the increased mitochondrial activity within your body. So what do we do when we are experiencing spinal pain? Firstly, learn to accept the pain and work along with that pain, because that pain is only helping you to evolve. Next, you can try out certain therapies like pranic healing, massage, craniosacral therapy, acupuncture, acupressure. You can even join maybe a yoga class. Yoga will help you to correct the body posture. And when your body posture is correct, your chances of experiencing this pain goes down. Apart from that, you have certain points along your spine, or certain points called the marma points. These marma points, information about this is available online. Even free PDF books are available. So you can massage these points or these areas with eucalyptus oil. That is, add eucalyptus oil, few drops of it to a carrier oil like a jojoba oil, and then gently massage on these marma points. Don't put much pressure on these points. This will really help you to clear away the pain. Apart from that, even when you go in for massage therapy, only go to trained people. Otherwise, if you're dealing with somebody who's not trained, then they can cause more spinal pain rather than reduce it. Once Kundalini has worked through the spine, it has moved up into the brain, you will notice that your spinal cord is more flexible, it is more loosened, that the egoic structures, the personality structures which created a stiff region in and around the spine, they have loosened up now. The spine is perfectly aligned. And when you have a perfectly aligned spine, the spiritual progression moves to the next level. Thank you.